Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I get a lot of questions about my diet and especially my crazy fasting routine. If you haven't seen the video already, there's a video I did on why I fast until 5 every day. I still do this. It's been about over a year and a half now. I've done some videos on this, but I often get some questions about this. And this question actually comes from a friend of mine. See, if you're a friend of mine and you send me an email with a question, I will do a video. You'll have to wait some time for a response because I will do a video so that everyone can benefit from it. I leverage my time. So anyway, this question comes from Jonathan. He says, "Hi John, hope all is well with you and the family. Wanted your thoughts on what I drink in the morning. I don't like coffee, but enjoy having those single serving flavored water pouches. The one I'm using is for energy. It has 10 calories per packet, and I only take one a day. It uses maltodextrin as a primary sweetener. Nutritional facts worth noting. It's 10 calories, 1 gram of carb, 1 gram of protein, and 200% vitamin C, niacin, B6, B12, pantothenic acid, haven't heard of that one, 70 milligrams of inositol, again, not sure about that one, 1,000 milligrams of taurine, 180 of guarana, 180 of ginseng, 160 of caffeine." So he goes on to say, "Is this ruining my fasting phase? I've read sub 20 to 30 calorie once isn't going to make or break you, but wanted your thoughts on it. It's just a generic packet from a Kroger grocery store. Thanks for YouTube videos. Keep it up. If you want to make a video about this, feel free." Well, you can't stop me. So anyway, so here's the thing, Jonathan. For any of you that are wondering, I don't know the answer. I don't know if this necessarily breaks your fast. I mean, it's 1 gram of carb, so probably not. Like, it's probably not going to make much of a difference. But I would say that the more important issue is, like, it's okay to, there's certain times when you want to be extremely disciplined, right? But and you have to set the rules ahead of time. So the key is, like, decide for yourself. I think it's fine, right? I'm not sure, like, from the diet perspective, even the fasting, I don't know if that makes so much of a difference as it does the calorie restriction that comes from intermittent fasting. But, you know, with that issue aside, the more important thing, like in the long-term maintenance of any kind of fitness or diet routine, is decide for yourself what your rules are. So you know, you can use my opinion or you can just decide this is fine, but you have to set those rules clearly in advance. So if you say, you know, for example, at some points in time I've said, no, when I drink coffee on this fast, I'm just drinking black coffee. I'm not putting any artificial sweetener or any cream or anything in that. And other times I've changed my rules and said, no, it's all right. I'll just put it, you know, a Splenda and half a thing of the diet creamer in there, and that's fine. But I had the rules defined ahead of time. And that's what I would stress to you is make sure that you have the rules defined ahead of time so that you know. Because the thing is, whether or not this, probably it doesn't matter, right? Probably this less than 10 calories is not going to make a difference. I mean, realistically, I'll tell you, it's not going to make a difference. But what will matter is whether or not you're following your own rules. Because once you stop following your own rules, right? If you set aside a rule, even if it's a ridiculous rule, like not having Splenda in a coffee or drinking it black, or you know, in this case, if you don't follow that rule, you'll be inconsistent internally, and what will happen is once you deviate from your own rules, you won't be able to respect those rules, and then you'll pretty soon see yourself deviating in other areas. So, you know, 100% compliance is important, but only within your own rules. Now, you can change those rules when you decide, well, no, maybe I'm being too strict, but you have to make that conscious decision. What you never ever want to do is violate your own rules. You have to be in 100% compliance of those rules. Like I said, you can change the rules in the future, but you never do it at the moment, because that's the whole giving in to temptation. Once you let the devil have a foothold, right, he's going to take the whole thing. It's the same thing as like giving into fear. When you give into fear, what happens, right? You give into fear a little bit, and then it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's where all of the threads unravel, right? This is where that one thread that you pull on the sweater and it all unravels, is when you see people who mess up their diets, who mess up, you know, falling off the wagon in whatever regard. It's because they've made that one little compromise, that one little slip against their own rule. So don't mean to turn your question totally around, but I'm going to use it for my purpose. So you know, moral of the story is whatever you want to do, totally fine, but make sure you stick by it. So that's it. That's all I have for this. If you have a question for me, feel free to email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com. I do get lots of questions, so if you keep them short, that's the best way to get your question answered. And if you search for questions that have already been answered, that would also help as well. If you like this channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.